It's the Smith and Rowland Show. And since I'm on here first, waiting on my compadre who now is in the room, so he's done spoiled and ruined my gracious introduction.
Well,
I will just say this. They do call me Jeff Famous Introductions Rowland hashtag. That's what I've always been called. So for today's introduction, I will say this. Welcome to the Smith and Rowland Show, where we have the pleasure of dispensing to you the wisdom with which has been imparted unto us, and from our silver tongues we will eloquently deliver it unto all of our listeners. Now, welcome, Allan Smith.
Well, I tell you what, Mr. Rowland. Well, I tell you what I think
Tell
of
me
that.
all about it.
You were waiting for me to come in the room and all of that, and but I don't know what difference that makes, because you always ignore me most of the time anyway in your introductions. So
with good reason, I may add.
Just carry on. That's all.
What are you doing today?
Well,
what are you doing?
You treat me just like the USDA does. That's what.
I think that you might have somebody's got on your last nerve.
Well, no, somebody put a kookaburra. I don't mind kookaburras, but don't put them in my breeches.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
I got a kookaburra in my hair, and
well, tell me all about it.
And well, I am a farmer, and so therefore, by a lot of people, I'm not considered in the smart crowd.
Right.
Because I'm a farmer.
That's right.
And I understand that. But you got to be so dumb just to know how to grow food and pick up eggs from chickens. I mean, it takes a certain amount of dumbness to be able to pull that off and eat and live. I might add, live.
That's right.
Eat.
And live. That's right.
And I might add.
That's exactly right.
I might add.
Yes, sir.
But so therefore, I'm not considered as one of these smart ones. But the USDA, we've got this bird flu thing going on among the chickens.
Mm-hmm.
And they're acting like it's the first time bird flu's ever been around. Bird flu, and they're talking about it's the first time it's ever been in cows. Not true.
Right. Right.
Because I'll tell you why. And you don't need to go by statistics nor by data that says that bird flu's never been in cows, because I'm a farmer, and every fall when the birds would be migrating and they'd be going wherever they was going, they get in these big old swarms of birds.
Right.
They'll come over a feed lot where you feed your cows all this feed.
Yeah.
They'd swoop down into troughs to get them something to eat, and they'd poop everywhere.
Yeah.
The birds would be carrying this virus. It'd give the cows what we called it winter dysentery. They would poop everywhere. They took us scares, okay?
Yeah. Okay. Right.
And we all knew that came from these viruses that these birds were carrying.
Yeah.
And so anyway, my point is, now they've come out, they're trying to demonize cows.
Right.
And they've been trying to demonize cows.
Mm-hmm.
And so now they've come out with this demonization of the cows now, saying that you cannot, you got to get a health certificate on every cow that goes to slaughter.
Right.
And so therefore, if it goes across state lines, and so anyway, they're just implementing, more control over these dairy animals. And it's just like, now my problem is they're wanting this inspection of a cow before it goes to slaughter. This inspection has to be done by a vet, which costs you $100 a cow.
Right.
And so hang on a minute, Roland.
Yeah.
Are you still there?
I'm here.
Okay. So what's happening now is they're playing off of the COVID scare, doing the same thing with dairy cows now. And because there are powers that be that doesn't want a dairy cow on the planet.
Right.
And something about people's got something against cow farts. They're claiming that the cow farts.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm just being honest with you. I'm
right.
not kidding.
Yeah.
I know people's listeners gonna think.
Right out of the
I know people.
Yeah.
I think people say, "Well, Allan, you shouldn't be talking. That ain't real." It is real.
It's real.
And so the only way I know before it's over, you're going to have a cow wearing a mask, and it's going to have one of your little propane tank strapped to the back of a cow with a hose up a cow's butt to catch gas.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
With the mask on, we're going to try to milk her. Now, I don't know how that's going to work out.
Yeah,
I don't know how that's going to work out.
That's where it's all headed.
But that's where it's headed right there. But nonetheless,
go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say the truth of the matter is, so you got $100 in a vet bill to get a health certificate on a cow that you're taking to slaughter if you cross the state lines with it.
That's right. That's right.
And this is being imposed by the USDA, and they'll sell it as they are trying to protect the community from getting any contaminated meat, which it's already been proven that the bird flu does not contaminate the meat. That's already been proven.
No, the virus can be transmitted in the milk,
but not the meat.
But here's there's several aspects to this. One is they say that a lactating animal has to have this health certificate to be slaughtered. Well, as soon as that cow goes on a trailer to be slaughtered, am I wrong? But nobody's drinking the milk after that.
No, that's exactly.
So I'm like, come on now, y'all. You're showing your college ability here. Somebody. Caller. So, I mean, I'm like, come on, somebody.
What? How can you? Is there enough veterinarians out there to even pull this regulation?
Well, I know that. Well, according to one that I know personally, he says he ain't doing it because you can't do it.
Right.
Now let me go on to say this, and then I'll get into that little topic. But let me go on to say first that when your milk's pasteurized, it does kill that virus.
Yes, that's right. Say that again. Say that again.
When milk is pasteurized, it kills that flu virus of the bird flu.
Right.
But it also kills every other virus that's out there. Yeah, I mean, it ain't like
that's right.
That's the reason you pasteurize milk. It's the reason you purify water.
That's right.
I mean, it's the reason. Pasteurization is a good thing. Everybody's wanting to drink raw milk now. I'm like, well, you're a bunch of idiots.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Right. You heard it here first. That's
right. And I'll say amen to that.
And the reason is there's some good science out here.
Yeah.
There's some good science. I know there's a lot of stuff that's just because idiots get told of good science doesn't make it bad science. Yeah. Just means that it turns it into bad application, you know. And so mercy. And I'm the dumb one. Here, I'm the dumb one. I mean, and so anyway, so what you got here, Roland, is you need to drink pasteurized milk. Doesn't have to be homogenized. Pasteurization kills any unwanted viruses.
That's right.
Homogenation, the only thing homogenation does, it keeps the butter from coming to the top. Yeah. In other words, it puts milk under a little bit of pressure or under pressure. I don't know how much off the top of my head, but puts milk under pressure. And then you got what you call butter fat globules.
Yeah.
That's in milk. That's your butter fat.
Yeah.
And if you put it under a little pressure, when you go through pasteurization and you homogenize it, it just keeps the butter from coming to the top. It stays suspended in the milk. That's all it does.
Yeah.
You don't change anything. it just keeps the butter from coming to the top. That's homogenation. Pasteurization kills viruses. And listen, everybody, I know everybody's wanting to go across the county line, across the state line, and get milk and call it dog food, and because it's not been pasteurized. But I'm telling you, you don't need to be drinking non-pasteurized milk. I mean, if you got one cow at home and you know that cow and you can test it and you know it's listen, a cow's milk, non-pasteurized, is the perfect environment for viruses to be live.
Right. That's right.
And it's just not a good thing. So
it's not healthy.
It's no.
You're taking everybody a risk.
Everybody wants to get back to nature, but I mean, you got to understand your ancestors would try to ride dinosaurs, and then the dinosaurs ate them. So that wasn't a good thing. Wasn't a good thing. Wasn't a good thing.
Right. There are some things that we're doing better now.
Some things we've improved on.
That's right.
And so anyway,
well, let me just ask you.
All right.
To kind of theorize on something with me.
All right.
As you were sharing the story with me about the slaughtering of the cows, and it's costing you $100 a head to do that. We know there's been this battle. Yeah. We know there's been this battle over cows and farming. We know that that's been going on. So my question, I guess, is, and my theory behind it is, they're trying to do away with meat so that they can pursue what the World Economic Forum's agenda was to start with, which is to go to labs that produces fake meat, which is already up and operational, not just in this country, but around the world. So to make like Amazon, even a bigger player, and that you would have to buy meat from the government instead of growing your own meat with your own livestock. That seems to be at least one of the agendas behind what they're doing. What's your thoughts on that? As I fear we have lost Mr. Smith, I will tell you what his thoughts on that would have been. It would have been, yes, Jeff, you are exactly right. That is exactly what's going on. And once again, I bow, Jeff, to your intellect and to your vast wisdom and your all-knowing ability. And so, furthermore, Allan would say to all of those that are listening, if you want a big, healthy dose of wisdom, just follow Jeff's advice and his counsel. And with that, we bid you a good day.